Everybody into the first edition of the Gadsden Times Football Review, and thanks for staying up this late and joining us tonight, and for good reason. We saw some great football tonight, a heck of a way to open up the high school football season with Gadsden City and Etowah. And then you had some other games like West End and Susan Moore. You know, that's a rival game. Yeah. To kick off the season, and hey, football is back, and we're glad to have it.
Well, what a way for that it came back. I mean, with Gadsden City and Etowah, the way that game went down, it absolutely lived up to its billing for sure.
Yeah, it really did. And the atmosphere alone,
incredible.
It was just amazing. It's been a long time since I've seen the atmosphere like that.
Yeah. And got a few people joining in. Just remember, this is the Gadsden Times Football Review, sponsored by Alley's Carpet, which is located across from Gadsden City High School. Just glad everybody can join us, and we're going to run down some of the games tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a quick look at some of the scores that came in. Obviously, the one that everybody's been talking about across the county and really across northeast Alabama, and that was Etowah winning 32-23. What a whale of a finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Susan Moore knocks off West End 42-12. Collinsville shuts out Plainview 13-0. Alexandria and Talladega, they were scheduled to play tomorrow, and they decided, no, we're going to go ahead and play tonight. So, and Alexandria won that game 18-14. So
Talladega was up in that one early too, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
I missed
right.
It, but
that's right. Yeah, and they were. Some other games of note. Just looking at the scoreboard here, I'm really interested to see. R.A. Hubbard, which they are new to Coosa Christian's region. They knocked off Cherokee tonight, 26-22. You've got Southeastern over Appalachian. They're in Blount County, our neighbors, and Southeastern won 12-0. Then also you look at a few other scores that of note. Enterprise over Dothan. That in the Wiregrass, that is a big rival game, and Enterprise comes out on top 44-21 in that one. Another one that I was interested in seeing is Carver Montgomery defeating Jeff Davis 19-3. And according to our folks from down in Montgomery, that game unfortunately had to end early because of reports of shots fired.
I don't know. Outside
the stadium. So, yeah. But Carver wins that game 19-3. Let's start off with West End, and we just want to keep folks with us. And again, I want to thank Alley's Carpet for being a sponsor for us tonight, and we want to thank everybody who's joined us tonight.
Absolutely.
I know it's a little late, but still, we're talking football.
Absolutely.
This is Alabama. We're going to talk football, and I don't know of anybody who doesn't mind talking football at close to midnight. West End, lost 42-12. They were close. It was 14-6 with about 34 seconds left in the game, and then Susan Moore scores again, goes up 21-6 at the half. Andrew McAvoy, I hope I'm saying his name correctly, but Andrew McAvoy for Susan Moore, he rushed the ball 16 times for 101 yards, and then he completed 5 of 13 passes for 77 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Bulldogs. Then on top of that, you've got Anthony Cervantes, who rushes for 161 yards on 13 carries.
Wow.
And 2 touchdowns. So, a whale of a ball game for Susan Moore. However, a lot of mistakes in this game. 25 penalties combined in this game. So, West End, they got to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
The thing that Coach Kyle Davis had mentioned was depth along the offensive and defensive line, and that showed up tonight. And so they've got some work to do, but one game does not make a season. So tonight Jacob Jones threw for 2 touchdowns for West End. He hit Eli Pierce from 15 yards out, and then hit Caleb Aldridge from 74 yards out. So Jones is a nice little quarterback. He just needs some time to operate. So we'll see. Now West End, they're back in action next week. They go to Pleasant Valley. So we'll see how they bounce back.
Well, now to the main event, right?
I'm still trying to catch my breath. I mean, what a whale of a ball game. Etowah, comes out, and you just the electricity alone in that stadium. 12,000 people there. Folks just 3-4 deep in the outside the stands. Yeah. Just standing room only. And to see that was really it was amazing.
I got there around 5:30, and I pulled up, and it was already bumper to bumper traffic, and that really made me happy to see. Just not necessarily talking about the game yet, but seeing so many people. That's a game that this community I felt like really needed. I mean, there was nowhere to sit. I mean, there was standing room only, and against 2 of the biggest schools in this county. Haven't had that in 9 years, and people really showed up, and that was a fantastic high school football atmosphere, and I was glad to see it.
Yeah, I was too. I want to applaud everybody who showed up tonight because this is something that needed to happen for not just for Etowah and for Gadsden, but this needed to happen for Etowah County. Yeah. I mean, this is a game that needs to happen year in, year out. And no matter how big the schools are or how small they may be, but that right there, I mean, to see that many folks come and watch a football game, it really it kind of tugged at my heartstrings a little bit.
I mean, at Media Day that we had, I talked to Jamontez Woods for Gadsden City, Alex Howard of Etowah, and both of them said, this is going to be a game I'll remember for the rest of my life. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what high school football is all about, bringing 2 communities together. And, there was both sides. I mean, there was good sportsmanship both ways. Yep. After the game, big huddle together. It was something I'll never. It was a fun one. It was a real fun one.
Gadsden City jumps out, and Jamontez Woods with a 65-yard touchdown reception, and I mean,
first play.
It seemed like the air on Etowah's side just got sucked away, and it was like, oh my gosh, what just happened here? And then you turn around, and Etowah responds with a pick 6 and ties the game. And I'm like, wow, this is going to be a ball game to the finish. And then you see Etowah go up. What was it, 20 to 6, right?
27 at the half.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this is going to be, this could go one way or the other. And then next thing you know, Gadsden City just pours it on in the second half.
That depth showed there. I mean, you can tell Etowah was getting tired. They were getting tired, and Coach Drew Knowles of Etowah said the same thing. That third quarter is where they really started getting tired. Things weren't going their way, and it started getting a little, wasn't going their best. But they kept fighting, and it led it to that epic finish for sure.
Well, I'll be interested to see how these 2 teams bounce back next week. After playing such a intense game like this, it'd be interested to see how they handled themselves playing after this game. Next week, Gadsden City hosts Oxford, and then Etowah will host Moody.
Mm-hmm.
So those two games, we'll see. We'll see first of all how Gadsden City bounced back from such a tough loss. And this was a tough loss.
Yeah. Especially, it looked like all the momentum was on Gadsden City's side late in the third quarter.
Right.
I mean, absolutely it
Right.
was. I mean, DeRicke goes down with that shoulder injury. It looks like it was shoulder. Not really sure his status yet. And then a play later, you see the punt goes. The snap goes over the punter's head, Eric Edge, and he has to fall in the end zone, and that makes it 20-16 right there. And then Gadsden City gets a fumble, scores on a screen pass. The very next play, next thing you know, Gadsden City's up, and this is all in a matter of 2 minutes.
Wow.
I mean, it was just crazy the way it unfolded. And then the last minute when Gadsden City gets the ball back after a goal line stand, Etowah had trouble moving the ball. Pretty much the majority of the second half. They're not able to get much going. I'm not really for sure if Gadsden City went for a fake punt or if it was by design or not. But there was a punt, and the punter ran with the ball, and he was stopped short at Gadsden City's 40-yard line. They get it back, drive to the 2, and Etowah holds with a minute left. And then all they had to do is run the clock out, and the snap just goes behind the quarterback, and Jamie Graham falls on it, and that's how Etowah gets the lead back.
Wow. I mean, Graham coming up with two fumble recoveries and turns them into touchdowns. One to put them in the game and back up, and then next thing you know, the icing on the cake with the 75-yard return. So, what a whale of a football game for Graham. Hey, tip of my hat to both teams.
Absolutely.
I think they both played their daggum hearts out. And, they left nothing out there on the field. Yeah. I mean, they put every ounce they had of pride and everything into that football game. And, as far as I'm concerned, neither one of them have anything to feel bad about. Breaks didn't go Gadsden's way, but what a tremendous ball game.
I'll say this, DeMarcus Macon, he played majority of the snaps at quarterback after Jalen Robinson threw a pick six in that first quarter, and sophomore, first varsity snaps, and I have to say he played a good ball game. I mean, he had some, a couple of fumbles there, but there was definitely more positives for sure. I mean, he looked great out there, and it's going to be fun to watch him in the future in a Titan uniform, no doubt about it.
Well, I think, just looking ahead, Gadsden City has a few areas where you kind of wonder, there's still those question marks there. I think there's a few question marks along the offensive line. Defensive line really impressed me.
Yeah.
I thought they played well. Secondary play by Gadsden City really impressed me.
They're very experienced there.
Yep.
Very experienced there, and it showed no doubt with their play tonight. That's going to be a strength of theirs, no doubt about it. Have Michael said both teams should hold their head high. Absolutely, he's correct on that. And Timmy says a great game with Etowah and Gadsden. Got some Etowah fans in here. Glad you're joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us so late too. And I tell you, we had hoped to be on by 11 o'clock, and that just wasn't going to happen with a ball game that was going to end like this. And I think we thank you. And again, I really want to thank our sponsors, Allie's Carpet, for helping us out and sponsoring this for tonight. And be sure to go see them. God, how do we turn the page looking to tomorrow night? We've got some great games tomorrow night.
We got more to do.
We're not done, folks.
No, we're not.
Tomorrow night, Southside goes to Lincoln. Westbrook will be at Coosa Christian. The first time those two teams have played in a while. Then you've got Boaz at Arab. You've got Crossville playing Geraldine. That will not be played tomorrow night. They moved that game to Saturday night. So You know, if you're looking for a high school football game to check out, hey, go see Crossville and Geraldine. Fort Payne's at Pell City tomorrow night, and then Asheville's at Ragland. So there's some good football games. You know, I'm looking forward to Westbrook and Coosa Christian. That's going to be a great game. You know, I really hope there's a lot of folks from Gadsden to go see that game because you know, even though it's 2A, 1A, still it's quality football, and I'm looking forward to it. But there again, just to wrap things up for tonight, you know, what a whale of a way to open up high school football season. I'm just fired up that we've got football back. And and you know, if you miss us and you haven't had a chance to see the entire show from tonight, you can check us out on our YouTube channel, the Gadsden Times YouTube channel. And you know, I'm looking forward to more and more great high school football as we move along.
Yeah, and you should be able to come back and check it out here on Facebook as well, you know, and comment on it and join us tomorrow night. We're going to try to be back on at 11. I'm heading out to Lincoln as of now to go see the Southside Panthers, and we should have a couple of folks over at Coosa to see Westbrook and Coosa play. So it's going to be another fun night of football. Yeah,
and, you know, I just, you know, also check out, and you'll see tonight we should have some video from tonight's games.
Yeah, a lot of coverage.
A lot of coverage, I tell you. We put a lot of coverage into it. You'll be able to check out our photo galleries. They're already online at GadsdenTimes.com. The story should be online momentarily. So, you know, again, high school football is back.
Absolutely it is.
And what a way to get everything rocking and rolling. Folks, we appreciate your time.
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for your time, and we're going to sign off.
Catch us tomorrow night, please.
Please do. Please catch us tomorrow night, and we will see you again down the road.